You've seen graduation ceremonies, thousands of students wearing caps with tassels hanging off the side. And at some point, everyone flips their tassel from one side to the other. It's tradition. Everyone does it. But why? Why do graduation caps have tassels? Where did this come from? And what does flipping the tassel actually mean? Today, we're explaining the history behind graduation tassels. The origin of the graduation cap. To understand the tassel, you first need to understand the cap. The graduation cap is called a mortarboard. It's that flat square cap with the board on top, and it has roots that go back over 800 years. In the 12th and 13th centuries, European universities required students and scholars to wear specific academic dress, long robes and caps. The purpose was to identify scholars and show academic rank. Back then, most buildings weren't heated, so scholars wore caps indoors to stay warm. Over time, these caps became part of the official academic uniform. The mortarboard design became standard in the 15th and 16th centuries. The flat square top represented a book, because education was about knowledge, and knowledge came from books. The tassel came later. Why tassels were added? Tassels were originally added to graduation caps in the 1800s, and the reason was simple: decoration. Academic dress was formal, important, ceremonial. The tassel added a finishing touch. It made the cap look more official, but tassels also served a practical function. They helped keep the cap on your head. The weight of the tassel hanging off one side created balance. It kept the mortarboard from sliding around during ceremonies. Over time, the tassel evolved from practical accessory into symbol. And that's when the tradition of flipping the tassel began. The meaning of flipping the tassel. Here's what most people don't know. The tassel flip isn't just for show, it represents a transition. Before graduation, students wear their tassel on the right side of the cap. This represents that they are still candidates for their degree. They haven't officially graduated yet. During the ceremony, after degrees are officially conferred, students move the tassel from the right side to the left side. This symbolizes the transition from student to graduate. Right side means candidate. Left side means graduate. It's a visual representation of completing your education and earning your degree. The moment you flip that tassel, you're officially a graduate. The tradition became widespread in American universities in the early 1900s, and it's now standard practice at almost every graduation ceremony in the United States. Different countries and institutions have variations. Some flip from left to right, some don't flip at all. But in the US, right to left is the standard. Other tassel traditions. Beyond the flip, there are other tassel traditions. Some graduates keep their tassels as souvenirs. They hang them in their cars as a reminder of their achievement. Some schools allow graduates to decorate their tassels, adding charms, beads, or year markers. And some graduates attach their tassel to their diploma frame. The tassel becomes more than just part of a costume. It becomes a keepsake. So why do graduation caps have tassels? Originally, they were added for decoration and to help keep the cap balanced on your head. Over time, they became symbols of academic achievement. The tassel flip represents the transition from candidate to graduate, from student to degree holder. It's the visual moment when your education officially becomes complete, and the colors represent your field of study, your school, or your honor status. It's one of those traditions that seems arbitrary until you learn the history. And once you know the meaning, the ceremony makes more sense. The next time you see a graduation, watch for the tassel flip. That's the moment everything changes. That's the moment candidate becomes graduate. And that little piece of string hanging off a cap, it represents years of hard work, late nights, exams, and finally, success. That's why graduation caps have tassels. And that's why flipping them matters.